Hello everyone and welcome to another video on the channel. In today's video we will be talking about the two biggest emotions in trading. Okay, this is a psychology video and we want to go pretty deep into these emotions. Okay, so most of you already know that the two biggest emotions obviously in trading are fear and greed. Okay, well, these emotions can be divided in lots of small examples, and we will be looking at the biggest mistakes and the biggest kind of fears, the biggest kind of greeds. And we'll be looking on how to view things the positive way instead of the negative way. Okay, so this is actually a section, part of the psychology course, basically the psychology video series um, on our course, basically for our members. So I hope this really helps you out. So yeah, like I said, we'll start with fear. So in fear, lots of people have the fear of losing, right? Um, because fear of losing is usually something that traders experience that have already lost before. Okay, and this is usually when they experience that losses are bigger than their wins. Okay, which is something that happens to a lot of people, especially in the beginning. They have a loss and they leave it run to their stop loss, and then they adjust their stop loss and say, no, it's probably it can go down a little bit further, but it will reverse in the end. So they just wind their stop loss and they keep losing and losing more. And when finally they have their one winner, then they cut it short. They cut it out very quick because they're scared that it will reverse and they will end up with nothing. And then when you do that, normally it goes, it explodes, and then you could have made so much more money, but you end up with basically nothing because you were scared. So fear of losing usually happens to the people that have lost more than they won, and they are every time more and more scared to click the button. you know Fear of missing out. This is something that happens to usually like day traders, scalpers, okay, because there are so many opportunities that they see left, right, and center that they're scared to miss out on on any of those setups. And this usually is avoided by just having a proper system and being more patient, and just waiting for the right setup, not creating random trades and just inventing them, and seeing setups left, right, and center. So this is definitely a very big fear that a lot of people have, but this is solved, by just looking at more swing trading and position trading and all that. Fear of being wrong. This kind of goes together with fear of losing. Um, in the end, uh, you should realize that you're only wrong in trading when you disrespect your rules and you didn't follow your system. Okay, so when you did that, you're already right. Okay, it doesn't matter the outcome because people are focusing on wrong being equal to having a loss, and which is simply not true. Okay, a loss or a win doesn't matter. If you followed your system and you followed your trading rules to the T, then you are right 100%. The only time you're going to be wrong is when you didn't follow your system. Scared after a losing streak. Again, this goes together with fear of losing. So, people who have several losses in a row, every time they want to click the button again to buy or sell, basically to enter the market, they're going to be more and more scared. Why? Because they experience quite some losses in a row, so they feel that 100% sure the next trade is going to be a loss as well, which is simply not true. Okay, because every trade is different. So, we'll look at the right way of things. So, fear of losing. All right. You have to understand that when you have a trading system that your wins are way, way bigger than your losses, it doesn't matter if you lose a couple times in a row. All right. Because you know that that one win will cover all the losses and you will end up with profit anyways. There's not one system that works 100% of the time. It just doesn't exist. All right. So it's a game of probabilities. It's all about probabilities in trading. you know, and obviously all about risk to reward as well, which is definitely a very big part. Fear of missing out, which is what we covered. So instead of trying to scalp, and trade 100 times a day, just wait for the right setup. Maybe you trade once or twice a week, but just wait for it. Okay, just have some patience and then attack when you need to. All right, so basically just wait for the right setup, have some patience. Okay, patience is definitely key in trading. Fear of being wrong, like I was talking about. This is, you can only be wrong, like I said earlier, if you disrespect your rules. So have your rules, um, you know, very clear. You have to be able to trade it blindly, all those rules and your trading system. And if you can't, then something is missing. You should be able to trade like a robot without any emotion, just following your rules, following your system, just clicking without hesitation. Then you're gonna be right all the time if you focus on your rules and your system. Right? You're never ever gonna be wrong. You will have losses and you will have wins, and your wins will be so much bigger than your losses, and everything's gonna be fine. You know. Now, scared after a losing streak. You should understand that with every loss that you take, you're getting closer to a winner. Okay, this happens in everywhere, basically. In a poker game, for example, which is very strategic as well. Um, Obviously, it depends on the cards you have, but it also depends on how you play it. Right? You can win a poker game with the worst cards in the world if you know how to play it. You know, so you have to understand that with every loss that you make, you're getting closer to a winner. You're not getting further away from a winner. You're getting closer to it. All right. So let's discuss the next emotion, which will be greed. All right. We're going to be looking at revenge trading. So a lot of people, when they have a loss and they still think this trade should be going their way, they're going to be revenge trading, which means they're going to be entering with more positions, more risk, and they say like, it will reverse, I will make my money back, and I will become a millionaire in this trade. This is what people are thinking, okay, when they're revenge trading. When you have a trade and your stop loss got hit or you got hit at break even, you should think that, is it still valid, this setup? And if it is, can I find a valid entry? Not just blindly revenge trading. And how much risk can I afford to lose? This is what you need to think when you are trading. All right. Overconfidence. Overconfidence is something that happens after a winning streak. So when you have a winning streak, just stop for a while. Let's say you're trading and the first 2 weeks of the month you had no loss, you had a crazy, crazy win streak. Why don't you just stop trading? Why you need to force and work for the next 2 weeks if you those first 2 weeks had crazy winning streak with maybe like 2 3 crazy trades that all went to take profit, and you made more percentage than you could never imagine? Why would you even bother uh, trading the next 2 weeks? Just take a holiday, man. That's why we're trading. You're in total freedom. You can do whatever you want. So if you made all the money you want in 2 weeks, why should you trade again and suffer and maybe lose it again? For the next 2 weeks, just stop trading. Take a break. Turn off your computer. Don't look at the chart for another 2 weeks. Go to, I don't know, go to Bali or whatever. On a holiday trip, or you visit your family and do whatever. You know, but maybe stop trading. If you have a nice winning streak, then it won't happen that you have overconfidence and that you're going to be losing your money again. Now, increasing risk. This goes together with revenge trading, right? So this also goes together with overconfidence. Let's say you have a nice winning streak and you want to keep trading, and you're like, oh, I had so many wins. The next one is going to be a winner for sure as well. And you risk 3 times the amount or 5 times the amount. And guess what happens? You have a loss and you lose all the money that you made in the winning streak, back on zero. If you're lucky, on zero. If you're not lucky, then you're in minus. All right, so have your clear risk management rules set. Focusing on the money. All right. If you're focusing on the money, this won't work. You need to focus on your skills, on your job. Okay, so let's talk about the right way. Revenge trading. Like I said, you should relax. Okay. Know if it's a valid setup still when your stop loss gets hit and break even or in a loss. Is it still valid? Do I see a valid entry? How much risk can I take more on this trade? All right. So relax. Maybe it's not your setup. Okay. Maybe your setup just didn't work out. Maybe it's going to be the next one. Just relax. Overconfidence, like I said. Also relax and try to stay humble. Right? It's not because you had a couple wins in a row that you're the best trader in the world. All right. We'll never be the best traders in the world because we're trading with the banks. And they are trading billions and trillions of dollars. They're always steps further ahead of us. Okay. So be humble. All right. Don't treat your wins different than your losses, and the opposite. They're all the same. If you have done your job, if you have followed your rules, congratulations. All right. I don't care if you had a loss, but you followed all your rules. All right. That's a perfect job you did. So you should be proud of yourself if you follow the rules, nothing else. Increasing the risk. You should have strict risk management rules. Okay, if you have very strict risk management rules, which you can find in our in another video on the risk management video, where we explain how we do things in terms of risk management. There you can see some examples and set your own rules. So if you have your strict rules and you know how much you can risk for the day, week, or the month, then there's no problem. Just look at the chart, look at the sheet, and just see how much you can still risk on that trade or on that day or on that week or in that month, right? Instead of focusing on the money, you should be focusing on the job, right? Focus on your rules, focus on your training system, focus on proper trading, when to trade, where to trade. Don't spend in front of the charts for 10 hours a day. All right, just have some patience and follow your rules, your system blindly. All right, guys, we covered the two biggest emotions, a little bit of some mistakes that people are making, the usual things, and how to do things the right way. Um, but in the end, it all comes down to rules. If you have a proper, very strict trading system, all right, when I'm going to be buying or selling from this area, I'm going to be risking this much, and my target is going to be here, and my stop loss is going to be here. If you know all that, if you all have rules for that, right, and you do the same thing over and over and over again for many days, weeks, months, and years in a row, there's a big chance that you will make it. All right, that's a big chance that you're going to be, one of the 1% in trading that is actually making a living off this. You know, so guys, like I said, it all comes out to rules, trading system, and risk management rules, all that stuff. Okay, but set rules for it. You need to have like documents or spreadsheets or all that where it's very clearly laid out how much you can risk for the day or per trade per week, especially risk management. Yes, like you need to have very strict risk management rules, and obviously you need to have a trading system with very strict, entry rules, target rules, stop loss rules. When you're moving stop loss to break even, all that. Okay, but we can give you some examples like for the risk management video, like I said, which I'll leave a link in the description to that video, and also I'll leave it somewhere here in this video. So yeah, like I said, we can give you some examples, but in the end, the rules you have to set your own, because every trader is different, has a different personality, has different view on things, so yeah, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any more questions about psychology, let us know in the comments down below, or send us an email or a Instagram direct message, where we'll be more than glad to help you out with any questions that you may have about this topic or anything trading related, guys. So if you like this video, we'll appreciate the like. If you haven't subscribed yet, we'll also appreciate the subscribe. We're uploading new videos every single week about anything trading. So yeah, and if you're looking for more in-depth trading, you can check out the link in our description to our website, where you can check out our trading program and all that stuff. So yeah, guys, hope you like this, and we'll see you in the next video.